Marriage is a beautiful thing. Being in a relationship is adorable if you have the right person that you can spend your life or your time with. Whether it progresses into a long-lasting relationship, marriage, or whatever, it's all based or dependent on making good choices. But the reason why I'm on this video here today is because a lot of my sisters have become so desperate for marriage. And unfortunately, the men can smell desperation all over you with the things that you do. There's a few things that I wanted to draw my sister's attention to, that if you continue to do these things, or if you're doing these things in your relationship thinking that it's what is going to earn you the grand prize, which is a ring on the finger, my darling, you may just sadly be very disappointed. I see desperation smelling off of too many of my sisters to the point where they are hounding this guy, chasing him down with phone calls. When you call him and he doesn't answer, you call him 3 further times, and then you follow it up with countless text messages, expecting that as soon as you send him a message, he needs to respond there and then. Come on, sweetheart. Don't you have a life? Don't you have other things that you could be busy doing yourself? Do you not have a job? Don't you have a hobby? Don't you have a life? Don't you have things that you aspire to do? If you have nothing better to do, you could read a book and improve your own life. Set things in motion. There might be a business, a side hustle that you haven't thought about that you could start. Like, get a life, okay? When you send somebody a message and you call them and minutes or seconds afterwards, they haven't responded, it just might be that they might also be busy doing other things. Stop hounding them with phone calls as if you don't have anything to do. They're the oxygen that you breathe. They're the life that you, like, without them, you can't do anything. Please. So that's the first thing. Stop overwhelming people and making them claustrophobic because they hear from you. Sometimes it's very off-putting when you actually do that. Let the man, if he desires you that much, be the one to chase you down, not the other way around. The second thing that I want to talk about is those of us who get men giving us a little bit of attention, and the next thing you know, you've moved bag and baggage and you're living with this guy, your boyfriend. He has not paid your bride price. He hasn't. You guys are not in any committed relationship. You're not married. And you've packed your suitcase and some, and you're living with this man. What is really going to motivate him to do the needful and make a respectable and honorable woman of you by going through the proper channels and marrying you? When you've packed your load and you're already living in his house, let me ask you a question. Why would you buy a cow when you can milk it for free? Answer that question for yourself. And if you know you don't like the answer to that question, then honey, put some price on you. And I'm not saying you can't visit your boyfriend in his house. Of course you can. But don't pack your whole load, bag and baggage, and go live with him because he is your boyfriend. There's a difference between visiting a boyfriend and actually going to permanently live with him. If he wants you that bad enough, let him put a ring on it and let him go and do the needful by seeing your parents, paying your bride price, or making it official properly through the appropriate channels. That is how you earn the dignity and respect that you deserve. You know, sometimes stop being too available. Sometimes we're waiting by the phone. Is he going to call me? And as soon as the phone makes a sound, even before the full ring comes through, you've already answered the phone and you're talking. It's almost as if you were waiting by the phone. You have nothing better to do. Your whole existence and your whole life is dependent on this person. Without their phone call, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't breathe, you can't do anything. What is this? I see some of my sisters going as far as contacting their boyfriend's family even before anything has been done. Yeah, he's introduced you to his sister. You met. Hi, hey. That is that. But some of my sisters will take phone number and be calling her every weekend, discussing your relationship with his sisters and his mom, the parents, the cousins, and everybody, involving other people, making yourself busybody. Even before the ring is on the finger, you are not part of the family. You are not wife. My love, please put some value on yourself. Find other things to do with your own time. You have a life as an individual prior to meeting this guy. When you do these things, you don't make the person even desire you. It's almost as if you're so desperate, you're literally throwing yourself at this fella. It doesn't smell very nice, and they're quick to get rid of you. So please, cut the family out. You're not a wife yet. All these are necessary visits. Go buy things for the boy's family. Take the sister, go to your the boyfriend's mother's house, wash his clothes, her clothes, clean the house, cook her food, run errands for her, and all of that. None of that is going to guarantee you wifely position. The decision ultimately lies in the hands of the guy. If you're valuable to him enough, if he sees you fit as somebody to complement his life in a positive manner, you don't need to do none of that for him to be persuaded to do anything for you. Respect thyself. Sometimes we talk too much. We women, we can talk. And when we think that we are in love, we talk even more. And sometimes we talk too much and reveal things that are unnecessary to be revealed. In my own opinion, when you meet someone, at that point of meeting them, you've both found each other. Why busy yourself telling the person your vital signs about how many boyfriends you had, the size of each person's SIM card, and this, and how this one did this to you, and which one did that, and how this one, before you met him? Do you think they tell you every woman that they've seen? Every toto that they've seen? You think they tell you? They don't. Sometimes, some of those are necessary chatter. It's why he doesn't want to take the necessary step to the next level to do the needful. I'm not saying keep secrets, but some of those things that happened in your past are best kept there. The past. You're now in your present, moving on into your future. Because a lot of the men are not going to tell you how many women they have also been with prior to meeting you, because in their own mind, it's not necessary. Why should they tell you what the clock says on the speedometer whilst you are busy chattering and telling him everything? Is he also telling you how much mileage is on his own SIM card? No. A word to the wise is enough. Mind the things that you say to your partner in the relationship. There are certain things that are important. Your blood type matters. If you know you can't have children, it matters. If you have other children prior to meeting him, yes, those things are important things that are important and crucial to the relationship, because you have to be open and honest. But having said that, it doesn't mean that every dirty little thing that has happened in your past he needs to know about, because he's also not going to be telling you every other thing that he did in his past prior to meeting you. A word to the wise is enough. Sometimes, it's important to allow him to miss you. Yeah, let him miss you and let him prove that he actually values the time that you offer him to spend with him. If you're always there, like you are literally smothering him and not even allowing him to breathe, it becomes a bit too much, and it actually smells quite fishy when you behave like that. It's like you're so desperate. I just want him to tell me this. I'm just waiting. Yeah. Stop hounding somebody's son too much. Make yourself a bit pricey and make him miss you, so that when he wants you bad enough, yeah, he can find his way to looking for you and not the other way around. Sometimes it's just a bit much. And my brothers have asked me to let you know some of the excesses that you could get rid of. Just be you. If you're self-sufficient and you can provide for yourself, you're standing on your own 2 feet and not depending on anybody else for sustenance or anything else for that matter, trust me, the man will come running himself. I love you. Bye.